Alright, hey everybody, welcome to part 21 of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. You're in for a treat, this is going to be an extra long one. When we last left off, we had just gotten the magic mushroom, and we were getting ready to enter the queen's body to fight off this evil from within. And that's what we're going to do. You can see I've changed my party members as well. I got rid of Sten and Cat and replaced them with Bao and Spar. Totally blanked on his name for a second. Alrighty. So now we are inside the queen's body. And the point of this side quest is essentially to level grind. What we're going to do is we head into every section of her body, basically every room of her body, and we'll fight random battles until the little monster meter in the top of our menu is sleeping, which means we've defeated all the enemies. Speaking of enemies, here's our first one, the Hemoglobin, I guess. They don't do anything. In fact, most of the enemies in here don't do anything. There's only one. Literally, I think one enemy that can actually do decent damage to you. Most of the others will run away, and that'll be the end of it. In fact, since that's all we're doing is fighting random battles, it's a good time to give Bao the collar so we can increase the rate that they show up. Pretty much just about every room you go into, you're going to fight 2 random battles just to clear them all out. See, nobody does anything. They all go down in one hit, and if they do an attack, it's minimal damage. In fact, this is why this part 21, is going to be so long, is because I originally had this as its own section, but then when I was going back over it, I decided that it was really boring to watch me just walk around each area and fight the same enemies over and over. So I decided to cut down pretty much a half-hour segment into about 5 minutes, 10 minutes I suppose. And so there's going to be a lot of editing as we get farther along. And then I decided to attach part 22 onto this, so you're actually getting it early. Just a little bit. Alrighty, so as you fight more battles, they'll give you a little zoom outside her body and show her what's going on. So we are shrinking her a little bit. We're getting rid of it. She honestly looks worse for wear as her body kind of caves in on itself, but hey, we're doing good here. So there are quite a few dead ends in here as well. If you get lost, just keep wandering around. No matter how many times I play this, I get lost a few times, and after I just wander around for a while, it works out. Here we have the one enemy that can actually do stuff. The Peption. Not too difficult, as you'll see, and he's dead. But he is able to do Fire Breath, so that can do some damage to you. And he's also able to cast Cure 4, which I'll actually show in one of the fights. Could be kind of frustrating. Alrighty. Random battle, random battle. Here we go. Yeah, just to show off what they can do. It's pretty much a good demonstration of all their moves, except for Cure 4. They have Fire Breath, regular attack, sometimes they'll just defend. They'll save the cure for when they're smart about it. They'll save it for when someone's actually hurt. I'm not sure if it's just a coincidence every time I've seen them use it, or if they actually have some sort of AI and actually utilizing it. You'll level up a lot while you're in here too. The monsters are really weak, not worth much money. Actually, I think 0 money. But they do give decent experience. Fighting, 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 fighting. Here we have an enemy that's actually useful. The fatty. You want everyone to attack him first. He's not dangerous or anything, but he is worth a pretty good chunk of experience. And he tends to run away. So the sooner you can take him out, the better. And unfortunately, this is where the Peption actually use some intelligence. Get out of here, no one likes you. Cure 4, which fully heals whoever it's cast on. Unfortunately, the fatty has the most hit points, probably just about of any random enemy we've encountered so far. They do have, however, practically no defense at all, so even Spar's doing 88 damage. However, they do have a lot of hit points to soak it up, so... And he runs away. Oh, you Peptions are dead. Don't worry, we'll get at least one or two before the end of this fight. Or the end of this adventure through the Queen's body. Talk to us again. Here we go. This time this guy's not getting away. For a while I was thinking about using the dragon. I decided that'd be a bit overkill, since everything else will die in one hit anyway. We're just trying to get the fatty. If we can just focus on him for one turn without anyone curing him, it should be good. Pretty much all it takes is one person to get a special. Unless that person's Spar, then maybe two people using a special. Done. Now we just do cleanup. Yeah, Jesus, most of the enemies are just boring in here. They do give experience, and that's good. Just about everyone leveled up there. Again. And then he tells you, when you completely finish the section of the body, he'll say, that part's perfect. And then you can go to a different one. If you open the menu in the top left corner, it'll tell you, which part of the body you're in, upper right, lower left, that kind of stuff. But I can't really see a connection between that and the actual map where you're walking. I feel like it's just really random. Like you'll walk down and then the next room will be the upper right or something. I don't know. Dragon attack! Fight! So if you can imagine doing this yourself, it's time consuming. It's almost fun just because your party's leveling up, but it is a lot of just walking around with nothing to do, no treasures or anything. I decided to let Gene go ahead and finish it off. Well done, sir. Alrighty. Oh boy. Well, that part's easier to solve. You just gotta eat. I would think eating's easier than exercise. No. Is she not cured? This quest is not over yet. Oh. Yeah, Gedd, why don't you move back? Well, you can't have everything, lady. I'd take being skinny over being transformed into a demon. Alrighty, so we're allowed into the treasure room now. This quest is not over, but it's out of our hands now. We'll let these two magicians take care of her. I think you are forgetting your apprentice, buddy. That's terrible. That's gratitude for you. So let's put this on our checklist of yet another kingdom that's been saved by us. You're welcome. If you have a spare house to give up, you can actually give... Uh-oh. Where's the treasure? The treasure's been taken. And that's going to do it for part 21. We're going to continue our search for it. Oh, wait. Welcome to part 21. We found it. I don't know why she takes the therapy pillow and has an empty chest, but... there you go. So now we really got it. We really have the therapy pillow. We're really done with this place. And quite like Simon Fort, we'll never come back to Tunlin again. Good riddance. Went to the inn and then immediately decided, oh wait, we don't need one. We're going to a free resting spot. So, even though we already took two or three trips to Mushroom Island, I decided to go one more time, just to check, just to talk to the apprentice and see if he wanted to come home. Unfortunately, this plant didn't quite bear fruit. Cute little weak enemy, nothing to worry about. Hey buddy, how's it going? You've been in this cave by yourself. And that's it. It's kind of unfortunate. I was hoping you would actually go back, talk to him, and more would happen, but that's it. This is his island now. He's the only one here. For the rest of his life, he will live alone. A fate worse than death. Or I'm sure he'll get bored and eventually go to Tunlin and see what's going on. Too bad we couldn't become his master. He could be our apprentice. We'll make him run errands for us. Anyway, back on Grandpa. Back on track with the quest. Now we're gonna head back to this old wise tree. Originally, this is where I was gonna end part 21. But thanks to all that fancy editing, I decided to keep going. And we'll mash part 22 into part 21. So grab some popcorn and settle in, because here we go. Walk through the sea of trees again. And go talk to this guy. This tree. I don't know if trees are male and female or... Oh, it's sounding worse though. Into my mind. Started to slur his words. So this is the inside of a tree. This is his mind. It's kind of like Inception. This is the world his mind has created. So So he has all the weapons he can think of. He's got a strange assortment. He's got some new stuff, like the double whip. Definitely recommend getting that. The chuck dagger, it's not so good. Silver armor has decent defense, but it'll also slow you down a lot, so I didn't bother buying any. And the white shield, too. You can see he's also got some weird stuff, like the wristband and junk equipment. This is a town of nothing but old men. Climb the stairs, see what's up at the house on the hill. Oh, there's an old man in a cage. I'm not really sure what they're trying to convey here. But you can only talk to this man when he's at the little gate thing, so we have to wait. Finally, we could speak to him. And that's what we waited for. He's having a hard time talking. That's not quite the pearl of wisdom we were hoping for, but we'll take what we can get. There we go. I remember at some point I turned around because I forgot to talk to this guy. The memory tower. That sounds like what we're looking for. You can go to the inn, but it's unoccupied. And you can't use the beds without permission. So I really like this place though. I think it's pretty cool. So we're at a whole new overworld with new enemies. Oh wait, they're not. It's a collection of old enemies because we're fighting memories. It's cool. So you'll fight a couple different enemy groups that show up, and they usually show up together. They're the same enemy, but palette swaps of each other. So like the Gengas and the Stone Idols. And you can also fight Gong Heads, Snip Heads, and V Heads all together as a group. And that was a very lucky drop right there, the Earth Armor. It's not for any of us. We could equip it, but it would slow us down, and I don't like being slow. So we'll save it for... We'll give it to Rand later. He's a big guy. So now let's check out this town. And it's the same build-up, except these are all middle-aged men. It tells us there's a town to the north where everyone's really young. So this time we'll get the hill climb out of the way first. Yeah, every town in his memories is built this way. I'm not sure why. Same kind of setup here. Fortunately, we don't have to walk around for half a minute. The Dragon Clan had an important mission. So this is pretty cool. This is why I like entering Gandaruth's memories, is because you get a lot of little backstory on the Dragon Clan and kind of what's happened to him since the first game of Breath of Fire. Yes, tell me more. So one day we just disappeared. Check out the item shop again. Neither of these guys actually sell anything. But yes, please tell me about this demon. Oh, okay. So there is a demon within the tree. prophecy, maybe some foreshadowing. Ryu's a member of the Dragon Clan. No one else knows that, but we know that. I think we're a group of brave men being led by Dragon Man. And this is a nice place to rest up for free. May as well. Now we'll go north and hit up the last town that has everybody when they're younger. But first, a new enemy. The Repeater. They look like the dragonflies from long ago when we left Corsair and headed to Windia. However, they're actually not that bad. They don't have the egg beater ability, and they don't do too much damage. The only thing you do have to worry about is that they do have fire breath. But by this point, you should be used to that. It does, 40 damage to the party. Not bad. So just enjoy the decent experience they give. Oh, everyone's little kids now. There should be only 2. We've been visiting 3 towns. Is one of them fake? Climb the hill yet again. Same setup. I wonder what's in that back room so much. Looks like I see 4 baskets. Alrighty, there we go. He's Gandaroof. Alrighty, so that's him as a kid. I'm not sure why that's important, but hey. No, I have not seen the tower yet. Okay, there's a lake to the west. We'll go check that out next. First, if you hit up the inn, this is a critical moment. If you want Burrows to come to your town, you have to have the open house available to him. You have to get him here. This is your one chance to get him, so don't blow it. And then for some reason, when you keep talking to him, you still get the little dragon gem shine sound, even though it doesn't show it. So I'm not sure why that's important, but it doesn't hurt to get people like you. He takes you outside, and you start all over again. Keep that in mind. You don't need it yet, though. Nothing too exciting for sale. We've seen it all before. I'm running low on help, so I decided to get some of those, and I was also getting tired of having a full inventory to deal with, so I decided to try to sell some stuff. Ivy Whip, the Flame Sword, the Iron Mail. We don't really need it anymore. It served us well, but we've moved on. So still no sign of the memory tower. We do have Jean with us, so let's go check out this lake to the west. It doesn't seem like there's anything here either. But there is another great tree. A tree within a tree. And a random battle within a tree. It's our old friends, Gongheads. And Snipheads. And they actually survived a hit. I don't know if that's a bad sign for Bao or... I'm gonna shake it off. Fortunately, there's nothing to do with the great tree. And there's nothing to do with this waterfall either. So there is no tower. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's go back. We'll backtrack and go talk to the old men again. First, we'll heal up, just in case. We'll use some of Spar's magic. His magic in combat isn't that useful, so use him as a backup healer. But what has happened here? This is not the old man village anymore. In fact, this is the memory tower now. With new enemies. The People Eater and Jackie. I'm not sure what Jackie means, but... People Eater are incredibly bland. They just attack as far as I've ever seen. And they don't even have that many hit points or anything. So, take care of them. Unlike the other treasure chests, which would zombify you and stuff, I've never seen it do anything else but attack. And the Jackies have incredibly high defense, but we've seen that before as well. So if you're having trouble killing them, just use Chop Chop. Take them out in one hit. These are the main enemies that you should be worried about while you're climbing Memory Tower. The Road Slug are master magicians. They're not afraid to use Sonic Boom and Lightning. Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll do a regular attack, but more often than not you'll get hit with 2 Sonic Booms, which is about 100 damage to the whole party. If you're not ready for it, it can put you in a bad position. They're not too hard to kill, so you probably only have to worry about it for 1 round. However, they usually get the first spell each time you run into them, so it's a good idea to always keep your health up. Sure, because we have bad eyesight. If you talk to him again and take the exit right away, he'll get lost and it'll take you to this little bonus room with the treasure chests. With another earth armor and the auto bow for bow. It is a little bit stronger, and the auto bow is awesome because it will attack all enemies when you use it as a normal attack, instead of just one enemy at a time. However, I usually don't have too many times where I have to fight a bunch of enemies, so I decided to keep him with the twin bow, just get him 2 attacks. So, because he has the potential to attack the same enemy twice that way for double damage, so I figured that'd be the better choice. Alright, so now we're taking the entrance, kind of like makes me think of the monkey in The Legend of Zelda. You gotta pay him to open the dungeon, basically. And now we're ready to officially climb Memory Tower. Don't have this guy escort you. He will take you to a random floor of the tower, and you'll miss out on some treasures probably. And it's just easier to keep your bearings straight if you walk there yourself. I've completely failed to mention the gimmick of this tower. Yes, the party is aging or something in here, and they have bad eyesight. They are all farsighted now, which is that little sphere around us. So we can only see the dungeon when it's far away from us, and when we're close by we can't see anything. It's pretty cool, it's clever. I've never seen that before. I kept this fight with the Raptors in just to show the fire breath. Yeah, nothing too exciting. And that's why I kept bow with the twin bow. Also, I believe the auto bow is unable to get critical hits. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I believe that's the case. I'll try it out later and tell you what I find. Make sure everyone's healed up, just in case we run into more road slugs. Keep climbing the tower. Honestly, this looks bad, just being unable to see for about half the screen and all the different twists and turns, but this dungeon isn't too bad. You can just feel your way around most of it. I kept this battle with the road slugs just to show you what I'm talking about of double Sonic Boom. Definitely puts the hurt on the party. We were at full health just 10 seconds ago. Oh, that double special. Thankfully, we have a few items that can take care of this immediately. Van extract. I'm not even going to mess around with spells, we'll just use that right away. Open up some inventory slots as well. This item here is pretty good, the Hero Belt. It boosts the offense of whoever it's equipped to by 10. So at first I was thinking I'd give it to Ryu, except then I thought, well, Bao gets 2 attacks, so it's like adding 20 damage to his offense. I think I made the right choice. Also, they got rid of the collar, which would hopefully help cut off some of the random battles. Doesn't seem like it. And another male, blended male? I mean, I'm not sure what that is. Binded male? So you can just kind of guess your way through if you're having a hard time. Noticed a lot of random battles. Worse than Nimifu's tower. I guess just in general in this game, if you're climbing a tower, there's going to be a lot of enemies. You can talk to these 3 old men, and they all say, oh, I can't remember anything. So, quite like the other ones you've been talking to, they're all senile, they've lost their minds. Lost their minds and their memories. Man, a lot of battles. Now that our eyesight's back, you can guess that there's probably a boss coming up. So we'll go ahead and heal up. And we'll put Ryu in the front of the party. Just because he's the leader, he's going to take down this. Ooh. No. This man has a direct connection to our past. Another reason I like Gandaroof. We're fighting another demon, but this time it's personal. Aruhamel? Recommend casting all of your top level magic spells, if you're gonna do them. Cast him at the beginning of this fight, because his gimmick is he's able to erase the party's memories, which in this case means they are unable to cast spells for the fight. The way it works is he'll hit your party with the, I forget what it's called. I don't even know if it has a name. This little magic beam thing. The first or the last spell on your list, so the most recent spell you've learned, will be unable to use. Up to 3 spells in a row. Let me start over. He'll erase 1 to 3 spells off your list at a time. And so if you got something at the bottom of your list, cast that stuff first if you're going to cast it, because you may forget it at any time in the fight. But that was a mess of an explanation. Otherwise, all he has is regular attacks. And you can see Bao is shredding them apart with the double attacks, with the offense up. So this guy is actually not too tough. I guess he's spent too much time picking on the old man. Hasn't had a real challenge in a while. In fact, he's dead. That's the end of it. But I refuse to have that be the end, so I'm going to go back in time and show everyone to Finn. There you go. That's his gimmick in action. So we've already used the dragon spell, so everything's blacked out. But if you look at the last spells on the list, it says, I can't remember. And so no matter what, unlike Hush, which you could potentially cure and get rid of, when he does it to you, it's permanent. So for the rest of the battle, you will not be able to use that spell. Fortunately, everyone in the party is a weapons expert, so if you had Nina, it could be trouble. And everyone else can wail on him pretty rough. Alright, so now we officially won. I just wanted to make sure you guys saw that. Make us forget our magic. In that case, care of the demon inside the tree. Unfortunately, there's still monsters around here. Not sure why this tree is remembering monsters. Like, it's all in his head, right? He can make it up as he wants. Why does he put us in danger? So exit actually works on Memory Tower, and the way we get out of this crazy dream world is we go back to the young person's town, and we talk to that kid at the shop again. Yes, I would. Alrighty. Tree's memory. Check that off our quest list. But we still need Spar to talk to him. You can ask him all of these topics. Who was it? No! So unfortunately we did get there maybe too late when we fought Aruhamel. He has already destroyed most of the tree's memories. So he kind of hints at stuff. A little bit of foreshadowing. That's good storytelling. What do you know about the Dragon Clan? No! So he's kind of remembering some events from Breath of Fire 1 as well, which is a nice connection. He's been there for centuries. We have to go find this devil and destroy him. And people to the south of here. Now that's a good tip. So that is where we are headed next. But that'll be for part 22. We're going to head south and see what these green-thumbed folk have to say to us. Alrighty, well thank you for joining me on this extra long episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you for part 22. Have a good one. Later.